days away. That's how close we are to the start of the Buffalo Bills season. And while the range of opinions are all over the board for how they'll be this year, I wanted to take you all through and go game by game at what Bills fans could be looking at this year. And I must say, this is the most optimistic I've been about a Bills team in quite some time. Now, let's start with the first 4 games, and with those, I believe that Jets game on Thursday Night Football should be a win for the Bills, due in large part to that crazy atmosphere. And then, Week 3 versus Arizona will be a tough one. The Cards are a high-powered offense with a tough defense, so I've got a lost peg there. That means Week 4 and Week 1 are swing games. Let's start with the road game in Baltimore. The Ravens had a down year last year, but are finally healthy again. And one thing to consider, Rex Ryan is 6-1 lifetime in season openers. This is the type of game potential that playoff teams win, and I think the Bills, with their offense, can pull that one out. Then Week 4, they've got New England on the road, but remember, no Tom Brady. That's right, Jimmy Garoppolo will be at the helm, which creates a clear opportunity for the Bills. That game, considering everything, is a must-win in my eyes, and I think Rex Ryan's defensive scheme can confuse Garoppolo and help the Bills get the win. 3-1 would be the ideal start, and the one that would keep them afloat for playoff contention this year. The next 4 games could also make a good start into a great one. And of this group, I think there are 2 gimmies here. I don't think the Bills should have any trouble with San Francisco in Week 6, considering how little talent the Niners have on the offensive side. And then that Week 8 game against New England, I think a scorned Tom Brady is a recipe for a loss. However, the 2 other games are swing games. In Week 5, the Bills fly out to Los Angeles to take on the Rams, and the Rams are extremely talented on defense. It could make for an incredibly challenging game, especially being out west. However, the Rams have their problems on offense, at quarterback especially, so tentatively, I've got this as a win. Then Week 7, they're on the road at Miami. I actually think Miami is a lot tougher than they're given credit for, especially defensively. Down in Miami after a 3-game win streak, I think this one might just be a loss for the Bills. So the Bills with a 5-3 record through the first half of the season. So how about the crucial and tougher second half of the season? Let's take a look ahead. Well, it's a tough slate to kick off the second half of the schedule, and I don't like the Bills' odds of beating Seattle in Seattle on Monday Night Football in Week 9. Same goes for Week 13 in Oakland. The Raiders are extremely young and talented, but the Bills will need to win at least 2 of these, and Week 11 at Cincinnati could be a place to start. The Bengals are talented, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're untouchable. I think LaShawn McCoy, Sammy Watkins, and the Bills offense could challenge them enough to sneak out a victory. And then Week 12 at home against Jacksonville, that's a must-have game in my view. Jacksonville has made some strides on offense, but defensively still have a lot to prove. I've got the Bills winning that one, heading into the final stretch 7-5. That means the Bills would have to win 3 of 4 to likely have a chance at the playoffs, and I've got them winning both home against Cleveland and home against Miami to split the season series with the Dolphins. Week 14 will be a tough one, home against Pittsburgh. That's a high-powered offense that I think the Bills will struggle with, and I've got that as a loss. So surprise, surprise, at 9-6, it all comes down to Week 17 against Rex Ryan's former team, the Jets. This year is on the road, but Rex has done incredibly well against Ryan Fitzpatrick in his coaching career, which is why I've got the Bills winning that one to get to 10-6 on the year. And I go much more into depth about why they could go 10-6. That's in my latest podcast, which you can find right now on WKBW.com.